Hi guys, welcome to CryptoCoach365 Day 59. Just came back from London. It was a 4-day trip, mostly business. I learned quite a lot, mostly on marketing, branding, stuff like that. So you're probably going to see a couple of changes happen on the website and the way things are set up. Unfortunately, I also seems to have brought a bit of a souvenir with me in the form of the flu. So if I look at a little bit off, or if my voice sounds a little off, I apologize in advance. My throat hurts a little bit, so hopefully it's not something that's going to last for too long because I still have a lot of things to do. Anyway, today I want to talk about the topic of investing. So a lot of times people who are completely new to Bitcoin excuse me, come to me and they ask, so I heard about this Bitcoin thing. How should I invest? Do you think I should invest in Bitcoin mining? To me, that's kind of like saying, hey, I heard about this gold thing. I know it's worth some money. Should I invest in a gold mine in Africa? So, I mean, do you know anything about the market of gold? Do you know why the price is what it is? Do you know whether the demand is going to keep going up or not? Do you know what supply issues are? Do you know anything about mining at all, or any kind of market effects that might happen to it, or what actually drives the price? If you don't, then obviously you should invest in mining, let alone gold itself. Bitcoin is no different. If you don't understand Bitcoin, then mining is the last thing you should be investing on. The first thing you should invest in is Bitcoin itself and figure out actually what it is and why it would be worth money. Generally, don't invest in anything just because you hear that people are making money on it, because chances are when people are making money off of something you don't understand, they're probably making money off of people like you who just put in money without understanding what they're investing in. Personally, there are three kind of laws of investing that I follow. I guess laws or rules. The first one is by Warren Buffett. He says, don't invest in anything that you do not understand. Basically, if you want to invest in Bitcoin, learn about it first, figure out what it is. Don't invest just because you hear it's like will make you money, or because you see the price going up. And that's what Warren Buffett does, and that's what I do myself too. I don't invest in just general stocks. I invest in actual companies that I know will be making money. I don't invest in general altcoins. I invest in specific coins because I know that what their unique selling proposition is and why they will be making me money. The second rule that I follow is invest in the people in the team, not the idea. And the reason for that is if you invest in if the team is really good and the idea is terrible, you can hire other people to figure out what's wrong with the idea and fix it and make it better. On the other hand, if it's a great idea but the people are really good, it doesn't matter how good the idea is, the people pretty much screw it up. In Bitcoin, one famous example of this is Mt. Gox. It was the biggest Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exchange. It had a major first mover advantage. It was international. It was basically dominating everything. But unfortunately, the team running Mt. Gox was a little bit subpar. They had not very good code for the exchange. Their security model was pretty bad. And in the end, even though it was the biggest, at the time, most successful and profitable business, or so we thought, it ended up being hacked, losing a lot of money, and everybody who had money in it ended up losing out. I actually have a personal kind of experience with this kind of a situation too. I invested in a Bitcoin ATM company where I invested in a part of it that's called the float. Basically, when somebody puts in money into an ATM to get Bitcoins out, or let's say they put in Bitcoins in and they want to take out cash, what happens in the back end is that ATM instantly sends those Bitcoins to an exchange sells them for dollars, and then wires those dollars back to the company, which deposits it into the ATM. Unfortunately, there's about 3 to 5 day lead period between when that money is bought and when the cash is actually deposited. And in order to create a buffer so people can still pull the money out, you need to have this float inside the ATM, which is like a buffer of money. So what I and unfortunately a few others have invested in was this float, which technically should be a zero risk investment, because every time currency is bought or sold on the back end, it gets converted right away. So even though the total amount of float might go up or down due to the timing difference, the overall amount should be fixed. And because these ATMs would charge between 7 and 10 up to 12% per transaction, because there was not a lot of competition, it was a very, very lucrative kind of an investment. So it would pay me pretty good every month. But unfortunately, the person running this ATM company, he was a software developer, a technical person, but he did not know business or accounting and finance. So the money was all lumped together. The float was not actually kept separate, as we later found out. And eventually, without realizing it, he spent all the business money, and without that float in the ATMs just had no way of functioning, so the business went under. Bad lesson for me to learn personally. Hopefully you guys will not make that same mistake. Learn from me, and make sure that if you invest in something, make sure that the people running it are good people who actually know what they're doing. That's actually a rather prevalent problem right now in the whole cryptocurrency space. There is a lot of tech people who have a lot of really good ideas who unfortunately don't have the right people or the right knowledge to execute them. So you might hear quite a lot about these ICOs and blockchains and other things, and the ideas do sound really great. Unfortunately, there's nobody to actually run those ideas, and there's actually not enough people to write the software for these ideas too. So be very careful. Make sure you ask who is actually going to be doing what in the company. And the last kind of rule that I follow, and this is kind of a general overview, with regards to investing, there is investing where you just put money on the table on the market because you are seeing the market is moving and you're hoping it'll work in your direction. That's actually more like gambling, and this is Robert Kiyosaki's kind of view to investing. So if you just put money on the market and hold it there and hope for the best, that's gambling. Investing is more like you find out an opportunity, and you figure out exactly why it's going to bring you money, or you even work on it to make it bring you money, and then you put the money in it. So easy example is in real estate. Like, for example, you can buy a house in a market that you hope will be growing, and then you just hold that house, and when the market goes up, you sell the house. But the market can go up or down, so you're just basically gambling in the hopes that it'll go up. Or you can buy a house that is underpriced in a market that might go up or might go down, but then you actually work on improving the house, you work on improving the area, you put in good tenants to improve the area, and in the end you sell the house for more, not because you are gambling and hoping things will go up in price, but because you actually worked on this specific house to make it go up in price. And that's pretty much what I and many others have been doing in Bitcoin, where we put our own finances and our own resources in investing in the Bitcoin ecosystem, where we actually improve the software, the hardware, the businesses and services that are being used in Bitcoin in order for Bitcoin itself to go up. So not only do we get a benefit of Bitcoin revenues or Bitcoin price going up and us actually making money on that, but we actually contribute to the economy itself to actually make the price go up. And it's okay if we spend our own money and resources to do that, because overall, when Bitcoin price goes up, whatever Bitcoin we have left goes up even more, and we make money on it that way. So to summarize or reiterate, only invest in what you understand. Don't just put money because you see other people put money into something. Invest in good people and teams. Don't invest in good ideas. I mean, make sure that people are actually good, because good ideas are useless without the good people to implement them. And invest instead of gamble. So don't just put money on something and hope for it to go up, but actually do something, or at least study, or at least understand it to know why it will go up. So that's it for today. I'm still trying to figure out the whole video thing, so there might be some issues here and there. Mainly that, as I found out, and sometimes when I don't have good Wi-Fi access, there's no way for me to actually upload a 2 gigabyte video someplace, because our phones today make videos pretty big. But all that means is that sometimes videos might be a little bit delayed. But anyway, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.